Alright, let's talk about Silent Hill 2. What a lot of people consider to be one of the best games ever. I'm gonna read some stuff here. The silence is broken. James Sunderland's life is shattered when his young wife Mary suffers a tragic death. 3 years later, a mysterious letter arrives from Mary, beckoning him to return to their sanctuary of memories, the dark realm of Silent Hill. Now, James must go back to that special place to uncover the truth, unaware that the answers he seeks require the ultimate sacrifice. Doesn't sound particularly inviting, does it? Prologue. 3 years ago, James Sunderland's wife became seriously ill and passed away. James tried to pull himself together and resume his life after the loss, but struggled to get back on his feet. The emotional pain and emptiness left James in a constant state of mourning. Then one day a cryptic letter arrives, signed by Mary, the same name as the light wife. In the letter, Mary writes, "Silent Hill, sanctuary of memories, I shall be waiting for you there." James is confused and disturbed by the letter. He questions if Mary is somehow really alive or if someone is playing a hoax on him. If that's a hoax, that's really mean, gotta say. So here's what he's thinking. I still don't believe it. The dead can't send letters, yet I came here to see my Mary. Our special place, what does that mean? This place is too full of memories. Shrouded in mystery and driven by the desire to uncover the truth, James sets off into the world of Silent Hill. Kind of sounds like the Mothman prophecies, Richard Gere loses his wife and the rest. As the fog grows thicker, James realizes that the town is nearby. The only way to get to the center of town is through this tunnel, but there must have been an accident or something because the entrance is blocked. But wait, the map shows a single road through a forest that leads to the town. It looks like the only way to get to the town is to take this road on foot. I can't see anyone in this thick fog, should I say, and don't feel anyone. I see a rundown building nearby. There's no one inside. I am alone in the mirror's reflection. I look at the man in the mirror and mutter a question. Mary, could you really be in this town? I want to see what the letter says. Characters. James Sunderland. Yeah, lost his wife 3 years ago. She became ill. Blah, blah, blah. They really like the town of Silent Hill. Although he firmly believes his wife is not alive, James questions the origins of the letter and is determined to find their truth by returning to Silent Hill. Then you have this character named Angela Orozco. Came from an abusive household, really tough upbringing, and she ends up in Silent Hill. And she's super, super depressed. And then Maria, who is kind of like, she looks a lot like Mary. Personality, cheerful and energetic, kind of the opposite of Mary. I don't know. What's the opposite of cheerful and energetic? Lethargic and depressed? Mary was sick, so that's understandable. Blah, blah, blah. I didn't like Maria. She was kind of annoying and really promiscuous. But she hangs around the game for a long time, which is actually kind of made the game a little bit annoying. And then you have this kid named Laura, a stubborn, bratty little girl who does whatever she wants and suddenly goes her own way. She is a brat. Yeah, she I think she tries to kill you a few times. Then Eddie Dombrowski. Wow, this is not too flattering. Eddie is a simple-minded, clumsy, and useless man who is deeply terrified of getting hurt. Jeez. Not pulling any punches when you're describing him, are you? Little booklet. That's not very nice. He has a gentle, quiet personality, but also possesses another side that he cannot control when angered. What is his purpose in Silent Hill? So yeah, those 4 characters and James. Okay, so I haven't played this game in a long time, and I played it, I think, when I was maybe a teenager. Yeah, teenager. I might have still been in high school or college. So teenager, early 20s, one of the two. But at the time, I was like, Eddie's kind of annoying. I don't like Maria, and she hangs around the game a long time. Angela's a basket case, and you just feel really sorry for her. so freaking depressed and suicidal. And then this kid Laura, who's just a brat. But then I read a few reviews recently, and there's a little bit more to these characters than I actually realized. I mean, in symbolic ways. So Maria is supposed to be what Mary couldn't be. She's outgoing, she's promiscuous, she's annoying. Where I guess Mary was like reserved. I don't know, a little bit more. She was less promiscuous, I guess, and just personality, as it says, opposite of Mary. So she was supposed to be kind of annoying and that type of characteristic. Angela, I don't think it says explicitly in the game, and when I was young, I was too young to pick up on it, but she was definitely abused, maybe sexually, but definitely physically. So it's no wonder she's fucked up. In the game, like you can see it coming, she just ends up killing herself. She walks. There's a fire in the hotel, and she's on the first floor. She walks in the fire, goes to the second floor, and she disappears in the flames, which is a really sucky way to go. I mean, if you're gonna kill yourself, that's not a great way to do it. I would not. I would think. You see her with a knife a few times and everything, so she's always threatening it, but then she like finally does it by pretty much the worst way you can think of. And then we got Laura, a little kid, who's kind of a brat. And I don't know what her purpose was, other than that Mary and James never had a kid. Maybe they wanted a kid, so maybe there's some tie in there. But anyways, Laura's just kind of annoying. Eddie Dombrowski, so he's overweight. He eats a lot. Because of that, he was bullied. So yeah, I guess he's so. Laura's maybe a little different, but the characters of Angela and Eddie are both drawn to Silent Hill because they're both very troubled. One from being from an abusive household, the other from just kind of being bullied his whole life, and just kind of being down at every step. So that's what I didn't know at the time when I first played, but when I kind of read a few more reviews and looked a little deeper, I came to find out is like Silent Hill is this place that only like attracts people from like a messed up background. So that's why Angela, who had like a really tough background, ended up there, and that's why Eddie came there because his life was not good most of the way through. And Maria, I'm actually not sure if she's real. I mean, she's kind of just like a representation of what James wanted Mary to be because like he was in his early 30s. He wanted that kind of person when Mary was just like bedridden all the time, I guess. So she could just kind of be maybe, I don't know, maybe not completely real. Anyways, graphics are cool. You're playing through fog and everything. They got this. So yeah, so it came out on PS2 where the first one was PS1, so it's definitely a little bit upgraded in the graphics. You're mostly playing. You play a little bit in the summer. Nah, mostly in the hotel, kind of in a prison. And you go through a cemetery a little bit. So like, it's definitely a step up in the environment. The environment feels bigger than the first one. I think the game's a little bit longer than the first one. And the bad guy, one of the more famous bad guys, is Pyramid Head 2. He's just a cool guy. I mean, intimidating character. He's got like he's built and he's got like a pyramid for a head. Why he's called Pyramid Head. And he's got like this huge spike thingy that he kills things with. Yeah, I'm really not. I don't know. I feel like I'm a little bit. It's a little bit harder to describe than the first one, even though this is a really good story. But it's kind of a lot of the game revolves around like depressed characters. And at the end, depending on what actions you take, it gives you a certain ending. My brother-in-law beat it, and because of certain decisions he made and how James did stuff along the game, at the end, the ending he got after he killed the two pyramid heads and then like killed Mary's figure. He got the ending where he committed suicide by driving off the cliff, which sucks if you like play a whole game and that's your final result is committing suicide. That's not very fulfilling. I got the ending where you adopt Laura. God knows why, because she's super annoying. Oh yeah, the other thing I probably should have mentioned right off the bat is that James killed his wife because she was terminally ill and he wanted to move on with his life. He did this for selfish reasons. So he killed his wife after all that time with her disease. Wow, I really screwed this one up. It's like 11 minutes in and I don't know. I was all over it. I didn't do a great job with this review. Oh well. No one's gonna watch it anyways. That worked.